Hi everyone. Like I promised in my last video, I was going to do another video to show what I picked up at the Comic Con I went to last Saturday with my fiance. I picked up a lot of books, some out of print books and some books I was looking for, a couple of blind buys, um, and the overall experience from the con was we had a great time. Had a lot of fun. Met up with some of my regular comic vendors who I usually pick up my books from. The only kind of negative point or letdown that I had with the con was the lines to get sketches or signatures from famous artists. I brought with me a couple of comics and trades and other books to get signed by Lee Bermejo. Josh Briss was also there. A couple of guys who worked on Batman, Batman: The Resurrection of Ra's al Ghul, and Batman: Bruce Wayne: The Road Home. Just a couple of guys whose work I have in single issue or trade form, and I want to get it signed or maybe even get a sketch, especially from Lee Bermejo, whom I'm a big fan of. Um, but yeah, me and my fiance split up, so we had uh, more of a chance to get uh, signatures or sketches in the least amount of time. So we each waited in line for a different artist, and it took on forever. It was like after more than an hour, I just said, "Fuck this! I'm getting out of the line." It was just too long, and I could have done different things at the con in that amount of time. So that was kind of a letdown. I was really looking forward to meeting Lee Bermejo, having a little chat, and get a sketch from him, get some of my Suiciders and We Are Robin issues signed. But yeah, that didn't happen. But what was positive was all the books I picked up. I had a little. Uh, I ordered some books at my uh, regular guy, and I asked him to bring it to the con instead of shipping it to me. So let's start off with those books. First off, the Ultimate Collection, Emma Frost, which is a nice thick trade paperback. I've read some X-Men stories where she is one of the characters, but I've never read anything um, which was just which was her as the main character. So I wanted to try this one out. It was a summer sale, so I bought it for less than half of cover price. So couldn't pass that one up. I'm kind of on an ultimate and complete collection kick for Marvel right now. I'm picking a lot of these books up. For those of you who follow me regularly, I picked up the Mystique Ultimate Collections a while back. One was by Brian K. Vaughan, the other one I can't remember right now. Then I picked up another Ultimate Collection, this time for Spider-Man by Mark Millar. I've never read this run on Spider-Man, and um, together or after Wolverine, he's my favorite Marvel character, so I want to give this one a try. Green Goblin and Black Cat on the cover. Another nice thick trade. Then we have the Amazing Spider-Man Big Time Ultimate Collection, which is the thickest of the three, so enough material to read. The back cover looks nice too. The art inside looks like the kind of art style I enjoy, so I'm looking forward to reading that. Then I already have the Lex Luthor hardcover by Brian Azzarello and Lee Bermejo, but I didn't have the Joker hardcover by the same team. I ordered this to get signed by Liber Micho, who was at the con, but like I said before, that didn't happen. Still happy to have the book. I've never read this, and I'm looking forward to reading this. Like I said before, I'm a really big fan of Liber Micho's artwork, which is just very gritty and realistic, and detailed. If you haven't read anything by him or seen of, because he's also a writer, I highly recommend Suiciders, which is a series that he writes and draws too. Then I won a couple of auctions on eBay. One of the auctions was for all the Wolverine Origins hardcovers. This is hardcover 2. It doesn't say so on the cover, but I believe this is volume 7, Romulus. This was the only one I was missing from that run, so from that series, so decided to pick this one up. A lot of them are a bit hard to find, so I was glad that my comic guide had just the one that I needed. Then I picked up this one, which was also a part of the summer sale, which looked very interesting. The oversized hardcover for Camelot 3000, the deluxe edition, with art by Brian Boland, who most of you will know from The Killing Joke. He's an awesome artist, and I can't wait to dive into this. Then this book I didn't order. The books from now on are just books that I picked up at the con. This was another less than half of cover price, the Jack Kirby Omnibus Volume 3 hardcover. Most of these are hard to come by, especially the hardcovers. The trades are easier to come by. This is the first one I have from this series, so I still need the other 3. Obviously Jack Kirby, love his art, big fan. Can't wait to finish this run. Then kind of a blind buy. I was looking for this one. I'm actually looking for all the Marvel Knights books. I'm a big fan of the Marvel Knights series and the Max titles from Marvel. So Daredevil battling Jack Murdock. It's actually a story that's more focused on Daredevil's father, and the Marvel Knights titles are outside of the main continuity of Marvel, so they are they can do more with a story, and it's usually more bloody and mature. I really like the art in this book too. I actually finished reading this, and for any Daredevil fan out there, or someone who is interested in another kind of story with his origin, I recommend you read this. Next one, I saw this in one of the bins at the con, and I couldn't leave it there. It's Goddess by Garth Ennis. I'm a big Garth Ennis fan. Preacher is my all-time favorite title, and when I saw this is an 8-issue mini, and I read it in one go. You can't compare it to Preacher. Preacher is just, it's a work of art, but this is just a fun little read. I'm a big fan, or I became a big fan after reading this, of Phil Winslade, who is the artist of this book. He has a very detailed art style, and the cover actually reminds me of Glenn Fabry, who does the covers for the Preacher series. And yeah, he has a very similar style to this Phil Winslade. If you're a Garth Ennis fan, give this one a go. It's just your typical Garth Ennis over-the-top violence, sex and profanity. Just a fun little read. If you're in for a laugh. I suggest you get this one and give it a go. Then I bought another oversized hardcover, 5 Ronin. This was, it says $19.99 cover price, but I believe I paid, was less than half of cover price again. It was relatively cheap, but I saw Wolverine on the cover and it looked very interesting, so um, I couldn't leave it there for that price. Then another one I got for really cheap. Actually, all of the books I got at the con were uh, cheaper than cover, and most of them were even half of the cover price. So this one is X-Men Second Coming Revelations. Still need to get the X-Men Second Coming main book. I'm just a big Wolverine and X-Men fan, so if I find any of these hardcovers or oversized hardcovers for cheap, I don't hesitate and just pick them up. Then I'm uh, currently trying to pick up all the Ultimate Universe oversized hardcovers. I have the first Ultimate Spider-Man omnibus. There actually is only a volume 1. That's why I am picking up the rest of the run in the oversized hardcovers. This is volume 4. So if you have Ultimate Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 1, the next book you need to finish the series is Volume 4. Like you can see, I bought it for 25 euros. Then I found Volume 5. I still need to get Volume 6 up until Volume 12, which will finish the run in oversized hardcovers, and then what you still need is the Death of Spider-Man omnibus to completely finish this run. Then I picked up the Ultimate Fantastic Four Volume 1. I heard a lot of mixed things about this one. This isn't as great. Also, I have heard than like the Ultimate Spider-Man run, but still, I wanted to give it a go. It was really cheap. Volume 1 and Volume 5. I believe these are, the entire series is, I want to say 7 volumes. Can't say for sure. Then you also have a lot of volumes for the Ultimate X-Men, which I believe 9 volumes, which I currently have none of that series, but I intend to pick those up too. Then I had a little order come in the mail, and another Ultimate Collection, which is really hard to find around here. So I was glad to have found this brand new, the Wolverine Ultimate Collection by Greg Rucka. I've read and heard a lot of great things about this one. A lot of people say that it's one of the best Wolverine runs. So can't wait to dig into this one. I'm really a fan of these Ultimate Collections, especially because they contain a complete series. So you have one volume to read the entire thing and don't have to track down other volumes that sometimes are out of print, and you know how it goes. Then the last book is the Ultimate Collection Thunderbolts by Warren Ellis. This seemed like a very interesting book. This was part of a summer sale too, so I got it for really cheap. I've gone through the book, and the art. Actually, let me show you. The art is very different. Really like how they portray Venom in this one. Really looks like a monster. also like the coloring, nice shades of blue. The paneling is very interesting too. That, yeah. So a lot of books. It's one pile. Oh yeah, that's the last book. I forgot to show you this one, The Secret Warriors Omnibus, the biggest book I got at the con. This one is actually out of print, or getting out of print. I traded this one for my Frank Miller Daredevil Omnibus. I actually had two of those because uh, that's that's a couple of months ago. I was looking for the Frank Miller Daredevil Omnibus and its companion, and I won an auction for it, but the companion was the first printing. So for you guys who know how the Daredevil Omnibus and the companion looks like, you have one with a regular Marvel black spine and a normal cover, but then you have the special, I believe it's second printing, I don't know exactly, but it's with a half cut down dust jacket, and it's red and black. Very a very special omnibus. It doesn't look like the other Marvel omnibuses, so I won that one, but the both books didn't match because the companion one was just the normal Marvel omnibus, and the main Daredevil omnibus was the special edition. So I won another auction the day after that for again the main Daredevil omnibus in the special edition, and now the companion in the same special edition. So I had two companions and two Frank Miller main omnibuses, and so I decided to um, trade one in for this one, and I had to pay a little extra because this one is skyrocketing in price now because for one reason or another, everyone is picking it up right now. I have heard that this is one is a very great series. It's a very thick omnibus, so I'm glad I could find that I found this one and did a good deal on this one with the trade-in, and that's it. I'm currently reading John Constantine Hellblazer Volume 1, uh, and I'm enjoying it. I read the first 3 issues yesterday, and it's hard to put down. I'm looking forward to reading all the other volumes. I believe there are like over 10 volumes out right now. I have 3, so a lot of reading material. I already saw a lot of advertising for um, the Comic Cons for next year. There was a convention this year, which was the first edition for that one. And next year in Belgium, we're going to have another first edition of a Comic Con. So it looks like every year there are Comic Cons. There are more and more Comic Cons. So that's a good thing and a bad thing. We'll see. I'm saving up to buy an apartment next year, so I'm kind of thinking about picking up single issues through the week and not buying anything else, and mainly saving up a little money on the side for books to pick up at cons, because now we're going to have 4 Comic Cons or 5 next year, and I believe that's enough to satisfy my need to buy these type of collected editions. So from day to day, week to week, I'll buy single issues, and the bigger books will be bought at Comic Cons or with some money I save here and there. So yeah, just looking forward to reading all of these books. I still have my shelves at home, which are filled with books I still need to read. I'm actually not filming at home. I'm filming at my fiance's parental house. I'm here for the weekend, and yeah, I showed you all my books. I kind of shared my experience at the con. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye guys.